Korean birthdays. Which day in a year do you anticipate the most? It probably would vary among people, but could it be birthday? Why do people anticipate birthdays? That is probably because it is a day when others celebrate your birth. And the best part is, of course, the presents. Each birthday is special, but there are some years that are a little more special than others. In the US, we have Sweet 16 for girls. And in Mexico, there is Quinceañera for girls that turn 15, on which a big party is held to celebrate. Even in Korea, there are special birthdays. First, we will look at the birth year. Long time ago in Korea, when a baby was born, people put kumjul in front of house gates. This kumjul was made from straw rope, and the kum in this word means to prohibit or to refrain. So this means that because a baby is born, the household is not allowing guests to come into the house for 3 weeks, in other words, for 21 days. This was to prevent any diseases from spreading to the newborn and the mother. So when people saw the kumjul in front of a house, they would think, oh, a baby was born here recently. I shouldn't bother them. And the neighbors could guess the gender of the baby by looking at what was hung on the door. If there was pepper hung, it would indicate a boy was born. If there were pine twigs and charcoal, it would mean that a girl was born. In Korea, if a baby is born, he or she is 1 year old. This is calculating the 10 months that the baby was in the mother's womb, considering the baby in the womb as having started his or her life. Isn't it quite scientific and reasonable? So once a baby lives 1 year, he or she becomes 2 years old. This is why you might hear some Koreans say, I'm 12 in Korean age, but 11 in the US. So if one is asked, 만으로 몇 살이에요? That means, how old are you in American way, which is 1 less than the Korean age. The first day to be celebrated after a baby's birth is the 100 days, 100일 in Korean. Literally, it is celebrating a baby's 100th day since birth. In the olden days, a lot of babies died as newborns because there were no proper medical knowledge. So the 100 days is something to be celebrated as it shows that the newborn has survived the sensitive first 100 days. Boys' 100th day is also more celebrated than that of the girls. On this day, people make and eat 백설기, which is a type of white rice cake. This rice cake signifies the person living very long enough until their hair became white. Also, people believe that one should share the rice cake with neighbors in order for the baby to grow up healthy. Then, the baby will have his or her first birthday. This is called 첫돌 in Korean. 돌 means having gone around once through the 12 months in a year. So the 돌 literally comes from the verb to turn. To celebrate this, a big party is held. The birthday boy or girl would wear the traditional Korean dress hanbok and receive the welcome and well wishes of his family and relatives. In this celebration, not only is the white rice cake 백설기 served, but other rice cakes are served, such as the 수수팥떡, which is known to get rid of bad luck, a rainbow rice cake, 무지개떡, signifying a beautiful growth of the child, 2 types of 송편, where one is filled with stuffing and the other has none, and lastly, 인절미, which is sticky, to represent a persevering life like a sticky rice cake. As the last activity in a first birthday celebration, the game of 돌잡이 is played. This is where different items are placed in front of the baby, and the parents await to see which item the baby will grab. Items include money, which represents business, a stethoscope, which represents the medical field, a book representing a scholar, a ladle representing a chef, and a gavel representing the field of law. So if the baby grabs the money, it is believed that he or she will grow up to be a successful business person. If the baby grabs a book, he or she would become a famous scholar. This game of 돌잡이 is a fun activity for family and relatives to imagine the baby's adulthood and spend a good time together. Every year, the child would grow up and anticipate his or her birthday for presents and well wishes. In Korea, the next very special birthday is not until the 60th one. This 60th birthday is called 환갑. It's also called 회갑. In the olden days, living up to the age of 60 was living for a very long time, so this 60th birthday was a very special one. Just like in the other Asian countries, Korea follows the zodiac signs that come around every 12 years. And each year, there is a specific name for that year, and that repeats every 60 years. So if the year that you were born in was the 갑술년, then the year of your 60th birthday would also be called 갑술년. On this day, children would prepare a big birthday party for their elderly father or mother, and the children would do a big bow to the parents. Before, Koreans would refer to those of 60 or above as 어르신, but these days, people's life expectancy has grown, and 환갑 is no longer celebrated as widely as before. There's also something called 진갑, and this refers to the 61st birthday. It's for someone who missed their 60th birthday party or to really celebrate one's turning 60 by celebrating the 61st one. But again, just as life expectancy has increased, 진갑 is not as widely celebrated as it used to be. These days, more people celebrate the 70th birthday as the big day. This is called 칠순. In the olden days, it was rare for people to live up to their 70th birthday, so it was called 고희연, that includes the word 고희, which means rare. But even 70th birthdays have become common these days. The 77th birthday is called 희수, so a lot of people hold 희수 parties as well. One might frequently see Korean people celebrating the 80th and 90th birthday these days. The 80th birthday is called 팔순, 88th birthday, 미수, 90th birthday, 구순, and 99th birthday called 백수. And on the 100th year, 백세 잔치, 100 age party is held. For the 70th, 80th, and 90th birthday celebrations, the children would prepare the party by inviting family, friends, and neighbors to share rice cakes and beverages together and do a big bow to the parents, celebrating the long life of their parents. According to statistics, in 2018, the average life expectancy in Korea for males was 77.9 years, and for females, 85.7, which shows that the life expectancy is indeed increasing. People who are invited to birthday parties usually prepare a gift, and people mostly give a lot of cash as a gift so the recipients can buy something they want. This aspect of giving money as a gift is different from the American customs. And this is not only for birthdays, but also for other major events such as weddings and funerals. This comes from the traditional mindset that since the event itself costs a lot of money to put on, Koreans think it would be good to help each other out by giving money. But lately, there are a lot of people who host these major birthdays that refuse gifts since it is something that the children prepare for their parents.